This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone, very good morning to all. So in last session, we just seen the application flow and how the React application will work and the little bit basic. The basic is nothing but what is a component, and there are two types of components. One is class component, one is functional component. And we created one basic component as well. So let us explore more about the components, the differences between the class component and functional component. Whatever it may be, it's a component, it's a small kind of work, right? So you can use functional component, you can use class component, whichever you're flexible. Maximum, I told you already, in real time, so many people are using functional component because of their flexibility. Whatever you can do by using functional component, the same I can do by using class component. Otherwise, whatever you can do by using class, the same I can do by using functional component. Nothing different. This is all your flexibility. Which component you need to use, you can decide, right? Okay. Okay, let me start the server. Okay, here, let me go cd space react. Oh, sorry, cd space projects, right? Projects, cd space react 8 a.m. npm start. I'm writing the start command. Let server be run. Meanwhile, let me open the editor so we can load our project code. We created a folder in the projects folder with react 8 a.m. Let me import the code here. I think you
Okay,
can do
one
one
question.
small thing here. Every time we don't want to import, one small thing we can do here. You can go to open recent. Oh, I'm not able to see open recent. Still, it is loading, I believe.
Sir, one,
Otherwise, you can.
sir, this
Yeah, Kiran.
HTTP localhost 3000 we are connecting to the browser, right? Is that
Yes, yes,
always the
yes.
same? Everywhere it will be the same?
For everywhere it will be same by default, Kiran. The
Okay.
3000 is there now. That is a port number by default. So
Okay, okay.
if you want, you can change that port number also. Sometimes for every application, we will use localhost colon 3000. For example, you want to run two applications at a time in React. Two
Mhm.
applications, one project that is, one project this is. In this point of time, you have to set the port number. So
Okay.
otherwise, only first one application is running. If you want to run the second application, first you have to stop the first application running and you have to start the second application. So otherwise
Okay.
it won't work by default. So in this point of time, what we will do, we can set the port number. Okay, I will tell you later how can we set the port number and how to run multiple environments, nothing but multiple projects in our React application, right?
Okay.
Okay, anyhow, this is the code we have. This is what we seen yesterday, and we created two components, and that is one of the functional component is called welcome, and one more is going to be tester. This is the component we created. We know that once a component is created, every component, it may be a class component or it may be a functional component, it should be exported like this. If it is exported, then only we can import wherever you want. Generally, this is the functional component, this is the functional component. We know what is the purpose of a function. A purpose of the function is always reusable, right? So we can write the logic inside the function. That logic we can reuse wherever you want. What is a component? We seen yesterday. Exactly. A component is a reusable block of code. Na? A function is also a reusable block of code only. That whatever it may be. This is the point we written. A component is a reusable block of code, and this is exactly the component, right? A component is a reusable block of a code. So nothing but a function, whatever it may be, a functional component. Remember carefully, a functional component simply says a functional component is a reusable block of code. You can go like this also. A class component that we will create later, a class component is a reusable block of code, and whatever it may be component. That may be a functional component, that may be a class component, whatever it may be, it's a reusable block of code. And this is what exactly a component is, a reusable block of code. Functional component is a whatever it may be, that's a component, simply say it, right? So that's why we are writing. And once that is created, this is test component, welcome component is created. Component is nothing but a file kada. It's a simply a file. Component is a file. Inside the file, we are writing a function. That file we are calling here. See, can you see? I call welcome function. I call test component here. We call like this. If you want, you can call this component multiple times also if you want. If you want to reuse in the same file multiple places if you want, yes, we can. But I'm writing in one place only. But we have some header, we have some foot, we have some sidebar. So wherever you want to reuse some block of code, for that we can create a component, and wherever we want we can use it. That's what exactly the purpose of it. Localhost colon 3000. Let me run the file, and you can see the component should get executed, right? So is this is our component. File is saved, file is not saved. Save the file. This file, if you can save, you can see the test component will be placed many times here. Now you can see, because we written those many times, that's why this is coming these many times, right? Anyhow, this is what exactly the way of adding component. You can just check this. Okay, right. So test component we are not using. Now you can remove the test component. Okay, so now I'm removing the welcome component also. Nothing was there inside of it. Now it is a simply your app.js is nothing but your root.js, nothing but root component, Andy. So every component which we created, maximum will include inside of it. Later you will understand what exactly the purpose of root component. Sometimes, for example, uh, we know that app.js is a root component. We are talking about it, right? So now what I will do, I will create one component called login.js, and the login.js is one component. I will create one more component with the name called register.js. Like this, we can create so many components. Sometimes in these we have subcomponent and sub component.js subcomponent. We can include like this also. This is also valid. Subcomponent 1.js, subcomponent 2.js, subcomponent 3.js, like this also. See, these files you created na, these files we can include inside of it. I want to make these components further is a login.js. Now you can see in this I'm going to write sub reg 1.js. Like this we can create multiple like this, and this is also valid here. Register 2, register 3, and something like this we can create. For all these components, register is the parent. Register is the parent. Now you can see, so we can include component into another component. This is valid. Now what I will do, for this login and register, I want to make app.js is the parent, and so can you see? Actually, we created some subcomponents. All these components are inserted into login.js. This login.js is inserted into app.js. So like this, we can reuse a component into another component. Simply says. So this is the component we have here. These components, I mean, three files we created, sub1, sub2, sub3, and we included them into register.js. Nothing but we imported them into register.js. This register.js again imported into app.js. Remember, this is multi-level hierarchy. One component may include it into other component may include it into some other component, and wherever you want, that's what reusability. That is the purpose of a component, and right? So just you can get the clarity what exactly a component is and what is the purpose of the component is. Okay, great. So now you can just check this. We created already a component. This is a component name and something like this only. Okay, in the welcome component, I want to take something. Try to see. Here, I'm taking one variable. Const name is equal to, I'm taking only. Inside the function, maximum inside the function, we can use let var const, whatever it may be. If you can define any variable with any letter like a const, let var, if it is inside a function, that is a local variable, right? We don't want to do anything. Now you can see I'm taking rom only. I'm taking rom. So here I'm writing welcome to rom. So I have to display something called welcome to rom. Okay. Statically I'm taking under here. No, I want to take welcome rom. Something like this I take it. Now normally we created a welcome component as of yesterday. We did very simple return statement, right? This return statement will always responsible for returning the HTML. This HTML, whatever the thing we are writing, here you can see we are writing return statement. In this return statement, we are writing some HTML. This is the HTML we are writing. Hmm? In this HTML, we can take some elements like this, right? This is what we are doing, right? So this is something called I'm taking. Whatever the HTML we are writing inside the written, technically here in React, we can call this as a JSX. What we can call this as a JSX. This is simply called JavaScript and XML, and this is exactly the thing, but it will follow very strict rules, and the JSX syntaxes are very strict, and simply says JSX syntax syntaxes are very strict, and very strict. I mean, what I want to tell you, very strict in the sense, for example, we have an element in HTML, we can just open the div, you don't need to close it, but it will work now. But JSX will never allow you, if the tag open, it should be closed properly, and every tag, it may be inline, or it may be sorry, self-closing tag, or it may be a open tag and close tag, whatever it may be, right? It may be a container tag, or it may be a self-closing tag, whatever it may be. You have to follow the rules and regulations, and by doing a single mistake also, JSX will won't accept. So you open a div, right? You are forgetting to close the div. You taken two divs, but you are forgetting to close the div. But JSX will never allow us. JSX will follow very, very strict rules. Whatever the HTML we are writing inside this written statement, simply call it's HTML. We are able to see, but this is in React terms. We can call it as a JSX. It is
Sir,
called as a
yesterday,
JSX. Yeah,
sorry,
correct.
in
Tell me.
every component there should be a return statement, right? Return
Yes,
and that
every
div.
component should have return statement. Every component should have, must and shouldly. If you can
Okay,
remove return statement, it doesn't work. Now you can see we have component, welcome component. Let me import this welcome component into this here without return statement. I'm just coming here. Now you can see I'm just going to import this welcome, welcome. So welcome component is done. We have to import this, right? So import the welcome from welcome. I think this is not loading the session. Sometimes it will load the sessions as it is, right? So this, you can check this. Now you can get an error, and definitely you can see the any output. Now you can see what is the error. Nothing was written from the render. Usually means return statement is missing, or to render nothing, written null. At least, and you have to, return should be there. Without return statement, there is no component, any component. It may be a class component, it may be a functional component, there should be return statement, and at least what you have to do, what they are saying, that error, at least you have to return null, and that is what they are
okay,
saying, that so there should be return statement, at least you have to return null. Now I am not getting error anything from the, because of the welcome component we got error. This is in the app component, that's why we are getting this output. This is from the app component. So every statement, every component which we are going to create should have return statement. It's mandatory. Otherwise, we seen just now, it is giving an error to us, right? Okay,
okay. So
fine.
if any calculation
So
things are there,
and one
then you
more.
put return null.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Anything, right? So I will tell you how to pass. See, we have a variable there. I have to pass the variable into this HTML. How can we pass that variable? Generally, if it is a JavaScript case, we will use concatenation operator. Something called some name, something we will use in between the strings. If you want to add a variable, generally we will use plus operator. But here you cannot use, you can use plus operator also, but how can we add that variable directly into the HTML? Normally, if it is a JavaScript, we will write document.getElement by id.inner HTML is equal to something we will do. But this time, I don't want to do like this. This is a variable you have, the variable directly I want right here. There is a JSX expression. JSX expressions are denoted by using curly bracket, and this is going to be JSX expression. Any expression you want, right? This is going to be done by using curly bracket. So anything you want, right? Expression or variable or anything you want, right? We can take this and variable or any other data you want to print it, all some will come here, and something I'm writing. Expressions are denoted by using curly bracket in JSX. Simply, whatever the variable you have here, this variable we cannot directly write here. Now you can see, if I can write directly the name, will it work anything for you? I'm writing name, the variable name I'm writing. So are you going to see any output on the screen? Welcome to name only. No, actually the variable name, what is the value it holds that I want to display there? If you can go there, now it is not working, right? See, the JSX, any variable you have, any data, any object, any array we have, if you want to add this into, we have to take the curly bracket. Inside the curly bracket, just you can take the name and that's all. The variable will be printed as we expected. You can go and check this. Now this is what exactly the thing. Any variable you are having, that will be come into the thing like this only. You can take something. Now I will just go like this only. You can check this, slowly try to understand. I'm going to take const price is equal to price. Const is a keyword is missing. Const const price equal to I'm taking some price value 10.34 something I taken. If you want to display the price, now I'm going to take the paragraph tag, simply the price of the product is what is the price of the product, and simply we can take curly bracket and keep the variable there. Now you can check this. Price of the product is coming. The price of the product is 10.34. You can take some price here, more here 1099. I'm taking the price like this. 1099 is the price. Now you can check this. The price is also displayed on the screen as 1099. Now what I want to do, let me do one more variable, const discount. Discount is equal to, I'm writing 10% or 23% or 24% discount I take it. Okay, so now, and you can continue. Price of the product is what is this, Sandy? Price of the product is price. Price of the product is, and discount discount over the product is, I'm writing like this, PRODUCT, product is. So we should understand this. Product is discount over the product is, you can write the variable called discount only. Right now you can check this discount with the percentage symbol. I'm writing outside, not inside only. If you can write inside, it will be a problem. So it's a variable. Now what is the variable you have? You have to take just like this. It will be a string like this. Now you can check this. The price of the product is 1099 and the discount over the product is something like this. This is what exactly we
ഈ
can do,
ആമസോണിൽ തന്നെ
right?
എവിടെയായാലും കിട്ടും,
Okay,
നമുക്ക് ഉടനെ ഉടനെ കൊടുക്കുന്ന പ്രശ്നമൊന്നുമില്ല.
right. So welcome to something. We got it right. So the price of the product is 1099 and the discount over the product is 24%. Now you have to calculate the discount, Andy. What is the total discount? What is the total price? What is the total discount? I want to display on the screen, Andy. How can we apply the discount, Andy, here? Now you can check this. I want to calculate the discount. Now I'm taking this as a h3 tag open, h3 tag close. DISCOUNT discount price is, now you have to calculate the discount price now. What is the 24% of 1099? Let me calculate. Now you can see all the expressions and calculations and the variables will become here, and the expressions, calculations, or anything. That's why my syntax was like this here. Any expression, any calculation, any variable, anything you want to display, whatever it may be, it will be done by using JSX. Now you can see I'm just coming here. Inside this discount price, I have to calculate and the PRICE price divided by, sorry, price into DISCOUNT discount divided by 100 and so if you want, you can take this into a variable. Now you are going to get this, the thing, and now can you see this is the JSX expression. In this expression curly bracket, you can do calculations, you can keep the variables, or you can do any other you want. You can place an object also for iterating, right? So now you can check this. So you will get the discount price, Andy. What is the discount price you are getting? 263.76 is the discount price. This is what exactly the discount price we are getting. Sometimes what they will do, they won't pass the data here, and they will create a function. They will create a separate function, and we can call the function into our thing also. I will show you that too also. How can we create a function and how can we call the function into our component? So this is the discounted price. Okay, we understand something. Okay, let me do one thing. We are displaying the data like this, Andy.
So
No, what
the
I want to
price,
do, I want to create one function. What is that function is going to be? This is the expression we written. It is calculating and it is giving the output to you as something discounted price. I want to go like this, discounted price. So what is the discounted price we have on the product? Actually 1099 is the price of the product. 24% discount, you calculated, you got this. Actually, total price minus discounted price, you will get the actual price of the product now. So what I want to do here, so you see, whatever the calculation we did here, we can create a function also. Let me show you one function, and this is the JSX syntax, Kiran. So we can keep the syntax like this. So comment curly bracket. This is the syntax of the JSX. So you have to do, must and surely you have to take the JSX. In the JSX, you have to take the regular syntax. We know multi-line comment and all, right? So this is the syntax. Let me do one thing. So I want to create a function const. This is fat arrow syntax only, const calculate, calculate discount, discount, right? Calculate discount or calculate the total price of the product, whatever it may be, right? This is what exactly we are having. Fat arrow syntax, we will take it, right? Fat arrow syntax I'm taking. Now this is exactly the thing, Andy. This is the function you created now. Let me do one thing. Written, I'm not calculating, just I'm writing one message called welcome or calculated, 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 right? Exactly. Now, how can we call this function into your component? Simple thing, and nothing. You can come to here, take one h3 or h4 tag, just you can take expression, call the function, and that's all. This is the way of calling the function. This is already a function is created. Sometimes we need to create a function inside a function because of the reusability purpose, because of some calculation. Now you can see, Andy, the output is coming as calculated now. We are getting. But I want to calculate the price, Andy. So how can we calculate the price here? To this, you have to pass price and discount, Andy, as a two variables we can pass discount. Okay. So now you can go here. You have, it is expecting two parameters. This is going to be price and this is going to be discount. I'm taking the variable like this. It should return the total price and the discounted price, calculated discount, right? So now you can see I'm going to return return. What we need to do under here, you have to calculate that now. Do one thing. I'm taking the price into DIS and the discount divided by 100. So what is going to be happen? You will get the discounted. Now you can see you are going to get the discount in the H4 tag 263.76 now. But I want to get the total price, Andy. Now you can see to get the total price, what it is doing, Andy, it is giving you the discount. So then what I want to do, let me do one more calculation. Price minus something, Andy. What is this price minus something? This is the total price now. After that, discounted price, Andy. If you can refresh the page, now you can see 835.324 is the discounted price. Exactly, Andy. This is what we can do by using this exactly. So how the calculations, this is the regular calculation. We know that this is the
Sir, in
regular
H4,
function and we know. Yeah, Claria.
in H4, can I get that calculated discount into a variable and then do this price minus that?
No, you
That is,
you are calling the function, right? It is returning the value. Here you cannot declare the variables, Andy. Inside
oh,
H4, you cannot declare the variable. Variables are always outside. In the JSX, whatever the variables you have declared, whatever the data you have collected, that data we can display. Return is only for displaying data, not for declaring anything. Maximum, we will
hmm,
never declare anything in the return statement. It is always return statement contain complete HTML. That HTML is responsible for rendering the data. So the data, whatever you want to render, you can calculate and you can do manipulate above the return statement. Return means it is displaying the data directly. We don't want to
oh,
take this into
sir,
any way. Even if you can try, it will give an error. You cannot take anything here. Yeah, please correct.
so if in H4, if I write price minus calculated discount, okay,
Hmm.
without putting that return is price minus
Okay,
discount,
very
that
nice.
will,
Very nice. Let us do one thing. Those that variable we can access here. Declaring variable is not possible. Okay. Now you
okay,
can
okay.
see you are going to get the 263. Now you can write this as a price minus something. This is valid. This is valid.
Hmm,
We can do like this. Now you can check this. That will we
okay,
can
okay.
get it. That is valid 100%. Okay now,
Okay.
but
Hmm,
declaring variable in return is not okay, but it is a return statement now. If you want to
hmm,
declare a variable, let x is equal to 100, it is going to give you an error. Now you can see there is an error, unreachable code detected. If we can execute this, we can compile it. Declaring should be outside only completely. It is not inside the thing. So in
And
the expressions we can write. These are the expressions, na? Expressions and whatever the calculation earlier we did here, the same calculation I did here, na? So price is a
okay, got it.
variable, discount is a variable. We are calculating and we are able to display the output, right? Yeah. So both are valid, Kiran. So you can do anything, any kind of expression if you want, right? Inside of it, yes, we can write this is valid. Okay. So not
Okay.
only these and these are the regularly we will write some methods and variables, right? You can also do one thing. Do you know I'm taking this paragraph tag open, paragraph tag close, or you can take any H4 or anything, you can take it. What is the date now? I want to get the date now. So you can, if you generally to get the date, we in JavaScript we have the core library JavaScript is having. I want to display the date and date. To display the date, can you see we can write new date directly the expressions I'm writing like this, Sandy. You can check this how we will write new date object is created dot to locale time string or date string. We can write it. Now you can see this is going to give you the this is JavaScript only. So what we will do in JavaScript, generally we will create a new object. Directly I'm writing, generally we will take const d is equal to we will do new date. This is what we will do in the JavaScript. Here we can write d dot to local time string now. So all the JavaScript core library and everything we can access directly here. So is it working? So yeah, here it is working, right? So 832 830.24, everything in the JavaScript you are having. Or else why should I take a variable unnecessary if you can feel directly? We can write like this also. This is also valid completely, right? So we can remove this. Now you can go and check this. The date will be printed, the time will be printed. You want a date, all the methods you can access here. And not only this, for example, I have something like this, Andy. So what is I want to do? H4 tag open, H4 tag close. Okay, let me close H4. Right. So now you can check this here. What I want to do, I'm taking JSX expression. You know, mathematical object, math dot round, math dot floor, right? You can take all these things, and now I'm taking this as a 10.6. Now you can see mathematical functions will display this as a 11, right? All the JavaScript library we can use as it is in our React application, Andy. We don't have any restriction, as that is that information we are having there directly we can access here. The JavaScript, every method of the JavaScript directly we can use. For example, I have a method called you have an array. For example, you can see I'm having where users equal to, I'm taking an array. In this array, I'm taking ROM. I'm taking some Teja. I'm taking some other name. You can take any names here, no problem. Right now, you can check this. I'm going to take something called live. Okay, these are the users Sunday. These users, you want to join here. Let me do one thing. I'm going to take with the H4 tag open, H4 tag close again. I'm taking, you can take anything here, no problem. That users you want to display here, right? Now you can see I'm going to write users dot join is a method in our JavaScript. I'm going to take a comma. Now you can see all the users will be joined on the screen, right? Rom, Teja, Kiran, live. All four users are able to display. Why join method? Actually, it's an array to display that. Okay, let me do one thing. I'm directly displaying the array, Andy, on the users. Can you see? This is coming like this. Ram, Teja, Kiran, live, all is coming in one string like this, right? If you want to do in this point of time, definitely what we can do, this is users, right? So now you can see I'm going to write users dot join is a method. In this we can take comma or semicolon or space, something like this. We can take all the values are coming with Rama, comma, Teja, and something like this, they're all coming. For example, you have an object where user equal to, try to see, I'm taking an object. How can we print the object into the JSX? You can check this. Now I'm taking this as a L name. I'm taking this as a RAM. Now you can take this F name. Okay, whatever it may be, you can take it, no problem. I'm taking something like this, and I'm taking one more key like this, and this is going to be city, and in this city, okay, sorry, city colon HYDE or ABD. This is an object now. How can we display this object, Andy? Now you can see I want to display the information like this. H4 tag open, close. You can take this something like this, Andy. This is Ram from HYDE or ABID Hyderabad. I taken a static string now, right? Actually, that information was available in the object, right? That object information, I want to get it. How can we get that object information? Now you can check this. This is the static information you are getting. Whatever the information we have in the object, that information I want to get here. How can we access that information here? It's an object now. So in place of this, if you want to access anything, take the JSX. What is the object name? User dot lname. User dot lname. Now you can concatenate with some space here. Now you can see user dot fname and can you see what I am doing here? This is your JSX expression. In the JSX expression, we can concatenate also and these are the two variables na, that we are concatenating, and you can write this from city exactly. From, you can take this as user dot city. Okay, now you can check this. Now you can get the same data na? Dynamic data we are getting this time. Now I'm taking this as a Teja, and this is going to be live tracks I'm taking, whatever it may be. You can take this as a live from Hyderabad. Now you can see this is Teja live from Hyderabad. All the data, see, this is one, if we can practice, I think you will understand maximum of the things and very, very clear. So just you can check this, how we are doing and all. If it is an array, if it is a function, if it is a variable, if it is a string, how we are keeping them into the JSX for displaying the data. So like in JavaScript, we will do inner HTML and all, but we don't want to do like the stuff only. So this is how exactly the JSX will be used. This is the JSX only. It's all the expression you're writing. It should be in the curly bracket, and anything you want to do, use the any calculation also you want to do on the fly. Yes, we can do in the directly in the HTML only. We can do the calculations. If it is a JavaScript, we will open script tag, close. We will write some logic, and we will use a get element by id dot inner html is equal something we are appending. But here in this React, wherever you have HTML, there we can write directly. Like JavaScript, we don't have script tag open, script tag close, something like this. And we know, see the difference. We can compare how you practice the JavaScript, how we are learning React, how we are doing calculations in JavaScript, how we are doing. See, for example, this is what you are having. This type of calculation can we perform in HTML directly? It is not possible now. That's what the beauty of React.js here. Exactly. So if you can understand this, tomorrow I will tell you the class component. But first one thing, Andy, I don't want to go more here. Tomorrow we will discuss class component. But one thing, if you can understand this, the same I will implement in the class component. What I told you, whatever you can do in the functional component, the same I can do in the class component now. So how you have access this data, the same I want to access in the class component. Remember, if you can practice this, and it will becomes very, very the same program, nothing different. The only thing, I will create a class only. I will create a class. This is the functional component today we discussed. Tomorrow I will create a class component. Same, whatever the logic you have written here, the same logic, how we can execute into the class component. How can we call a function into another function, right? We already know the class basics, right? Those basics are very important. Try to recollect the class basics also. Once you, if you can recollect the class basics, I think it seriously it will becomes very, very easy. And this program is the base, and whatever the things we discussed today, the same we are going to discuss in tomorrow also, but with the help of class component. But
Okay.
one thing, Andy, you have to spend some time again on this. Otherwise, you may have some confusion. Try to check for 10-15 minutes. I think it will become easy, Kiran. Otherwise, it will create a confusion. So if you
Correct,
can
correct.
practice this first, I told you, right? 1 week sessions are very important. All these are basics.
Hmm.
All these basics. If you can understand these basics, I think React will becomes very easy. Even though if you can miss a session in the middle, you can understand. But these basics, if you are missing, I think these look like basics. But everything, if it is a array, how to access here, if it is an user, how to access here. Tomorrow I will tell you how to iterate multiple users. For example, I have group of records which I am getting from database. Let us assume I will keep them into
Mhm.
one variable. And how can we iterate the data into a HTML table, right? So I will take a static variable of 10 users. How can we iterate the data into thing that we will see tomorrow, Kiran? right? Like, I will explain you. So now we are
Okay.
seeing just a simple data number to discount to something. This is the array, this is a single object. Tomorrow
Okay.
I will take array of objects. How can we iterate array of objects in the HTML? That we will see. I will explain you tomorrow, but this is the base you have to practice today.
Sure. So
Okay,
one
good.
last question, sir.
Yeah, carry on, please.
In the beginning, you told, sir, see, under apps.js, if we have login and register,
Mm.
that can be